All right, I'm gonna hit start.
Yeah.
So the attendees will come flooding in.
Is my lighting okay? I know this is not a right time to ask that.
Yeah, it is. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I think you all are flooding in. Thank you for joining us this evening. Okay, I heard that. My sound check is good from an attendee, so thank you. All right, so we'll get started in about another minute. Okay. All right, so I want you to see all of us. So let me, 1 second. All right, so I've got clarity that you're seeing all of us now. Perfect. Yes, that's a good one, Megan. If everyone can drop in the chat, what do you hope to learn tonight from this call? I think we're good to go now. Yeah, let's go. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening. This is a long overdue webinar, I must say. We have three lovely panelists this evening with us. We have Roula from Fingerprint Leadership, Fee from Shootsia, and Puja from GoKidu. They will be sharing their immigrant entrepreneur stories, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. And we're just gonna have a fun time having some good conversation. So I thank you all for joining us. My name is Atiana Palmer, and I'm with Invest Ottawa. I work with the IO Accelerator program, which will, you'll hear a little bit more about Invest Ottawa's program later on in the programming. But yeah, I think we can just go and get started. So, ladies, would you love to introduce yourself? Rula, we can start with you.
Yeah, so thank you. My name is Roula, and I came to Canada 4 years ago. So I started my business 2 years ago, and we'll have more opportunity now to speak about that. And I'm happy to be here today with all of you. Thank you.
Fee?
Hi, my name is Fee. I'm from Madagascar. I moved to Canada last year, August 24, and I am the founder of Shootsia, my business. It's it's plant business, like selling plants in Ottawa and Canada wide also.
Okay, perfect. Puja?
Hello, everyone. My name is Puja, a CEO and co-founder of GoKidu. And what we do is we connect intended parents with verified sperm, egg, embryo, and surrogate donors in more of the known donation setting. So I'm basically from India, and I came to Canada in 2018 and literally moved around Canada, and right now landed in Ottawa. So excited to share with whatever I found in my journey throughout.
Okay, awesome. And before we get started, if you think of a question while we're doing the panel, you can drop it in the Q&A box just so that we can track it whenever we get to the Q&A segment at the end of the panel. Okay? All right. So, first question. What was your first year in Canada like, and how did that shape your path to starting a business? Who wants to go first? Fee, do you want to take it?
Okay. As I said, I moved to Canada 2024.
Mm-hmm.
We've already in mind a business, like I wanted to do plant business. But the biggest challenge is how to do it, like how to navigate completely a new country, new system, and also as a newcomer, carrying extra responsibility as parenting and the pressure on job hunting. But despite that, I kept in mind that I wanted to follow my passion, and that conviction guided me through toward my starting my business. So I registered my business, not registered. I registered myself from World Skills, where I met many immigrants and entrepreneurs and peers, and that's where I also met Carla, who's one of a facilitator, and I learned about her program, Immigrant Entrepreneur Canada.
Mm. Okay. And Rula, how about you?
Well, for me, my first year in Canada felt like walking in a big orchestra, you know, where everyone was already playing. And I felt like I didn't know which instrument to pick or how to join, how to do how can I fit in? So it took me some time listening carefully, finding my rhythm, adding my unique sound, and then I discovered how can I contribute to this big music. So, and this is honestly what inspired me to launch my own business, Fingerprint Leadership,
Mm-hmm.
and to find my own voice in this symphony. If I want just to set the context, I'm not sure. Okay, so
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I came with a family with three kids and a husband from
Mm-hmm.
Lebanon, and we moved, with all the challenges financially, starting to create a house again and from scratch. And being in Lebanon, I used to be a CEO for an American franchise in the Middle East. I launched my own business then, and I was nominated among the 100 women entrepreneur in the Middle East and North Africa. So
Wow.
I used to have my own TV show. I used to be an ambassador for women in the MENA
We
region.
have a star among us.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying all that, because as soon as I moved to Canada, I was no one.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the ego level with three kids that you need to help them to face all challenges and to adapt to the change and so on. So it wasn't easy. I felt lost. And this is when I was checking how can I refine myself.
Yeah.
And instead of focusing on my weaknesses, what's missing, I was focusing on what I have as strength. And
Mm-hmm.
these strengths are my uniqueness, and this uniqueness is my fingerprint. And this is where I got the name of my company, Fingerprint
Mm-hmm.
Leadership, because I believe that each one of us here and all over is unique. We do have our own fingerprints, and
Yeah.
this is where we need to focus on, and this is where leadership should focus on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really so powerful when I did this shift in mind.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And then Pooja?
My journey is, as Rola said, everybody's journey is so unique. When I landed in the first year, I literally started my journey to reinvent myself. So how it began is I left my really high-paying IT job in Canada. So I landed in Canada and I found a job and I was working. But I was like, I don't want to now finally since I'm in Canada, I don't want to live a life where I have like limited thing which I'm like put into the box. So I was like, okay, let's reinvent myself. So I started my second degree in philosophy.
Oh.
For now,
Philosophy that
in philosophy.
then then in philosophy, through philosophy, I explored psychology, neuroscience, computational neuroscience because I have my IT background. And that eventually led me to McGill University, where I was doing a research under this wonderful professor who was like combining AI and neurosurgery. So like this is exactly kind of thing which will give meaning to my life because maybe I don't know what was going on with me, but that was the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey because somehow my professor knew me more than I knew myself. And she was like, you know what? You should try experimental surgical innovation because I know that you are made for being an entrepreneur. So I listened to him and I started my journey, and that's where I founded my first company. And
Wow.
I got into this journey of being entrepreneur. And GoKidu is my second endeavor. So that's how my journey started.
That's amazing. Okay. And then, so looking back on your early days here, right? A big thing for me was just like moving to a new country. You don't know a lot about culture, right? So looking back on your early days, what differences in business culture stood out the most in comparison to the business culture of your home country? Who wants to take this one first? Pooja, we can start with you again. Yeah.
I think Rola is the best person to start with
All
because
right,
she
let's
has,
go. Yeah.
yeah.
For context, everyone, we had some fun story on our prep call. Take it away,
Yeah,
Roula.
so few things like in my home country, business often uh, leaned on intuition and quick decision making. We were so fast paced. So sometimes we were driven by this urgency. Then in Canada, I noticed like a stronger way to take time, lots of processes, due diligence, and building systems. So at first, I felt it's as if it's slow and we're not moving forward. But then quickly I realized this is what creates sustainability and trust. So it was that balance between agility and structure. It's something that now I bring into my work with the leaders here, just to give them this global idea.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, it was about diversity. Like uh, in my hometown, also in Lebanon or the Middle East, like you see most businesses operated within a fairly similar cultural mindset. In Canada, it was like every boardroom feels like a mosaic,
Mm-hmm.
different backgrounds,
Yeah.
different perspectives, different cultures. So, and that diversity creates sometimes complexity. And then I noticed that this is where we can have more innovation.
Mm-hmm.
So it inspired me to design that business around helping leaders and teams how to turn these differences into strength. The third one, and I will make it short, the networking.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the networking event. It was one of my favorite because I didn't know in Lebanon when I was going into network, it was so easy, you know, because you live there, you know everyone. Coming here, they said like you need to go in a networking event. Okay, I go to a network event. What should I say? Speak about golf. I don't know anything about golf. Speak about the situation, the weather or whatever. So I felt really dumb. I said, I need to find a solution. So I searched online and I found someone who wrote a book about networking in Canada and in Ottawa. So I connected with the writer and I bought the book. I read it. I asked the writer to have some meetings together to tell me more about how to explore these networking events. So I was going to an event and then coming back, asking, like telling him what happened with me. And then he was giving me some tweets, tips, and techniques, and so on. So I go back in another networking event. I try it and then I come, and this is how I learned too much about this networking event and how important it is. I think this is what you were waiting for, yeah?
Yeah, and you are a networking star. Yeah. Would you mind giving us the name? I know we were gonna save Q&A for later, but like it's okay to share now.
Yeah, it's Michael Hoog, the first one. And now there is another one, a Lebanese guy also who
Oh.
immigrated 8 years ago. He created another book lately. It's called The Power of Networking. It's for Jean-Claude Nasser. So I can put them in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will put their two names.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roula. And B, yeah, you can go.
Yeah, apart from the networking as really important that Rola mentioned, coming from the developing country like Madagascar, everything is like informal. You can do everything informal. You can do business like just selling things outside. But what I noticed when I came here is like everything in Canada is structured, much structured, and always there is regulations about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look for regulation and information of what you are going to do. So, but most of information you need is easily available online, but you just need to know to use the right tools
Yeah.
and go through it. That helped me also like registering properly my business through those regulations and everything, knowing them, knowing the system,
Mm-hmm.
and setting up my business accounts properly. One of my biggest fear is like starting wrong my business. So yeah, that's one difference
Yeah.
between back from home and here is like you have to do it in correct way when you start your business.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And it's a bit intimidating too, no? Like when you
Yeah,
think so much
yeah,
about it, you're like, oh,
yeah.
regulations. I agree.
Very intimidating. That's one of like I have two businesses in mind when I came here.
Mhm.
And after the training at One Hub at World Skills, I learned a lot about regulations in restoration and pastry. And I shift that's why I focused my business on plants. No,
Mhm.
but maybe in the future, I'll scale my business, combining the two of them into one, like
Yeah.
having tea and pastry and besides plants.
Oh, that's lovely. And Pooja, how about you?
So my experience, in addition to all of the things which these wonderful panelists have said, I want to say for me, like opening a business in Canada was very exciting. I tell you why. Because of the support from all the community which I have got. It was Invest Ottawa community, then my network at McGill and Montreal community. So I think when we got all this support and education from all of these people, it made it very, very easy and exciting for me. And since I was already into university, I was already meeting to a lot of people through that. That helped me a lot to transition into business and also in the mindset. Second thing, the difference which I saw is like people over here are very encouraging
Mm.
and they actually supported it. They are like mainly they are very positive, okay, that you know what, you can do it,
Yeah.
etc., etc., and they actually support you. So my experience overall was very positive, and I felt that it is easier to incorporate a business and do business in Canada compared to my back there in the country, because of all the regulations are in the place. Nobody is gonna like cheat you, or there's not gonna be any scam. So I feel more secure, confident, and excited when it
Yeah.
comes to starting a business in Canada, how when it comes to like India.
Okay, perfect. And I'm happy everyone mentioned mentors and like where they got different support, because that was going to be my next question. Like what role did mentors or advisors in Canada play in helping you navigate the system? Considering all these differences that we had to like navigate, right? Rula, you can come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, okay.
So, I always say that mentors act as bridge builders.
Mm.
So, and coming from a different business culture, I had the skills and experience, but I needed to know more about the system. And honestly, my turning point was a year ago when I joined Starter Company Plus at Invest Ottawa. And I was really I had the chance to be part of this cohort because this is when I were able to understand the whole system. So if you were speaking about that, I need to know how the business can happen financially, structurally, marketing wise, and so on. So it was there when I had the all overview um, picture how to function. And this is when, because I created my company a year before joining this program. And as soon as I started this program, lots of things became clear for me and I had the confidence to move forward. So it's very important. And I had lots of mentors around that helped me to move forward, either in the coaching mentoring that they have also their own business coaching company or sales, marketing, everything. So it was really so supportive. And that made this transition smoother and gave me more confidence to start and to continue and move forward in that business.
That's awesome. Fee,
Yeah.
how about you?
Mentors for me they are like a fence. Like they are preventing you to go to slide in other way, like you fall, preventing you to fall, and help you to move forward in what you are doing. And they are a key in helping you to navigate system, as Carla's always said, like tools. You need to use tools in everything you do. There is always like kind of tools you can use, but you may not know which tools you need to use, but mentors are there. Like you don't need to like spend a lot of time finding the right tools, but mentors, as they already went through it, they can help you suggest tools or uh, help you with tools. And yeah, regulations, learn about cultures, also very important to understand your customers' behaviors, customers' needs, and also opportunities.
Yeah. That's why I love what Rula said about mentors being bridge builders, because
Mm.
that's so true. Like, as you said, you don't need to go search for all the tools. Like, if you actually connect with someone, like a mentor who's experienced, they can help you with all of this. Yeah. Pooja, how about you?
I think mentors and coaches are everything. Like from like beside your network, I mean, for example, let me give, for example, my company. So I have background in IT. When I did my surgical innovation in McGill, I got some idea about, like healthcare system and all those kind of thing. And my first company, which I founded, was into AI and health system, right? Now, had no idea what kind of Canadian regulations which I need to, adhere to. Had no idea how to take this thing to market and the timeline to take this to market, because back there in India, so here we have FDA, Health Canada, and all those kind of very, very strict things. In India also, we have a lot of those kind of things, but had no idea because of my background. And these mentors like helped me to understand and connected me with right people who can further guide me. So they are like, for me, it's like their guiding light. And like you, because see, you will have only one skill set. Where will you get all other skill set, right? You will need some people who have some level of idea so that you can get your business to that level where you can actually hire people from outside. But till then, these mentor will help you to create at least the fundamental setup of whatever you want to establish in every sector. For example, marketing, finance, etc., etc. And for these mentors, somebody asked in this chat, so I just want to address that question: that how did we find this mentor and coach, and are they free coach or mentor? So I want to address that question. When you actually attach to the communities like Invest Ottawa, Have some accelerators like McGill Accelerator, and there are a lot of programs provided by Invest Ottawa as well. There are some hours which are allocated to you, which you can use with certain mentor in which you are in need of. So this is how you can get access to the mentor as a part of the program. So it's not necessary that you have to pay for them, but you can leverage their services through these kind of programs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
can
good
I
one.
add something
Yeah, go
also?
ahead.
For me, for example, when I met Carla, I met her at Invest Ottawa with this program, the starter
Start a
company.
company plus.
And she was the one that she told me that I'm doing well in my business. I thought that I wasn't doing well when I spoke to her and I told her this is what I'm doing and I'm not doing well. Da, 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 da. She said, but you're doing everything. So just keep focus on what you're doing well instead of what you're not doing well. And
Yeah.
it was really an eye opener for me when she mentored me for a few times and saying like this is what happens, this is what you need to do. For me it wasn't clicking or aligned in my vision. That's why these mentors are really bridge builders. And another thing that we can find, like there are some organizations that they do mentoring program. For example, I was in one lately at PMI. You pay $45 maybe, something which is nothing, and you can get really something so powerful out of this mentoring program. You can be a mentor or a mentee. So there are lots of communities in Ottawa that are doing these mentoring programs.
Yeah. That's a good one. Thanks for that, Rula. And then also, if you stick around to the end of the call, you'll hear more about these supports from the different programs that Puja and Rula just mentioned. Um, okay. So if you could go back to your first year in business in Canada, what would you do differently? Rula, we'll come back to you to start.
Well, if I could go back, I would start building my network earlier
Okay.
and more intentionally.
Okay. Why
Like
do you
in
think
my,
more intentionally?
I do it as a job, as a
Okay.
business, going intentionally to a
Okay.
networking event instead of hiding. Like I was at the beginning very focused on proving myself and doing the work.
Yeah.
And I underestimated how much of business in Canada, and especially Ottawa, because it's a small, like everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
It's about relationship and community. So looking back, I'll spend more time showing up in these spaces, listening, connecting, daring, asking. This is what I will do.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Fee, I know you're very early in the game. That's okay. But I
Yeah,
still
that's
want you to
okay.
take us back to like day one or like a little bit
Mm-hmm.
before you started or even decided to join the program. What would you do differently?
Let's say same as Rola,
Mhm.
building community and networking first. Knowing your customer and after because I was so excited coming to Canada and I have that in mind, like I'm gonna start my company. I wanna do this, I wanna do this. And I rushed to enroll myself to a program, find
Mhm.
support through organization like Carla's, World Skills, and like everything goes so fast. And I didn't have that much time to build my networking.
Mhm.
So what would I suggest is like build your networking first before you launch. But on the other side, I don't regret because opportunities doesn't come twice.
Yeah.
So I had to seize it, and now my company is launched, but still also at the same time building my networking
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
my community. Yeah.
Yeah. Pooja?
So this is a very tricky question though we think that it is not a tricky question, because there is always something which you will always want to do differently. These people have already exhausted my answer about networking, that yeah, I would go and network. But then overall, once you network, you also have to maintain that network. Okay, it's not like, yeah, fine, I went to an event, I talk with these people, and okay, fine. It's very important that you actually keep in touch with the network, you follow up. And there is two things. There's one thing that really matters is networking is sometimes we feel that networking is all about like we find build connection, but you also have to understand that it's two-way thing. You should also give something, and they will also give you back. That's how you actually strengthen that network. So it's absolutely very important that you, whenever you go and when you network, you say that, okay, this is what I have to have for you to offer, and this is what I'm asking. And if you, and through those network, you create further network, because they make you connect with somebody, and you won't believe, like, some of the most important people I have met is not directly through other people with whom I actually network and ask for them. So that's how we do network. And I think I want to address one question here is like, you have spoke about networking. Please share some tips for building up this network. So this is one of the tip I would say, that keep engaged with them and give it, and you'll get back. And keep like, it's hard to network, okay? Because I think I want to address one more thing is like, okay, when you are like, when you are not from Canada, you don't know what kind of joke you should make.
Yes,
You
yes.
should make, and you should laugh and all those kind of thing. But I think what worked personally for me was being authentic. I never try to be somebody who I'm not. Even the weird accent I have, I try to improve it. And if somebody don't understand me, I just repeat it. And just don't take it too hard. Just keep it light. Everybody wants to help everybody, because we are in Canada. People are so good. They will help you. Just be authentic.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I always tell people I'm more funnier in Jamaica than I am here. You know, like I don't know what kind of jokes to crack. I really don't know. I want to wrap up with, what advice would you give to immigrant founders who may feel isolated or unsure about where to start? Because it is, moving to a new country is one thing. Deciding to start a business is another thing. Like, these are just all some very big decisions in a country that you recently moved to, right? So, yeah, what advice would you give to immigrant founders? Fee, I want to start with you this time.
Okay. And my advice would be seeking program and communities for immigrant entrepreneur if you are an immigrant. So in every city, there is always one how to say organization who is in charge of business. Like Investor is for Ottawa, but for any other cities, I don't know what's their name, but there is always one. So if you are into business, please go find the one who is in charge of your city. The first time I came to Canada is like as I said, I rushed to start my business. Like, I want to find organization program, but the same as we said before, like, build your network first. That's also another how to say, another
Yeah, like advice.
Yeah. Advice. Yeah, sorry.
No.
And don't start until you are fully ready to face your customer, because since you start, you can't go back. Like, you can't say no to your customer. So yeah, learn about your customer the most you can do, and after, everything follows up.
Okay, awesome. And I wanted to follow up to say that so Invest Ottawa is a regional innovation center. And then throughout Ontario, you can find, I mean, across Canada, there are different centers that you can go to for business support. Yeah. So even when I just came to Canada back in 2019 from Jamaica, no, 2018. Yes. I saw a workshop that was being hosted by Carla at Invest Ottawa. And that's how I learned about Invest Ottawa. So yeah, the most important thing here is to do your research. Like if we're founders, we have to really be out there doing research to find all the support that's there. Rula, your advice?
My advice is to follow 3 C's.
Mm.
The first C, be compassionate with yourself.
Mhm.
Because what you've done, if you are here today, there is a reason. You were really doing an amazing step forward. Others couldn't make it happen. So be compassionate. The
Mhm.
second C is have the courage. Like you're not starting from zero, you're starting from an experience. So have the courage to keep moving forward. Coming to Canada is not the end point, is the starting point.
Mhm.
So just keep on moving forward. And the third C is collaboration. So collaborate with other people, be open-minded. And as we were speaking about networking, I said like you needed some tips. We in a networking event, we're not selling our products. We're not here to say who we are. We're here to build relationships, to
Yeah.
build trust, to let other knows who know who we are and to know who they are. And later on, the business will come and will happen. But now let's focus on building these authentic relationships
Yeah.
during networking event.
Very important. Yeah. Puja?
Um, I have a lot of things to say. So, first of all, I never thought myself as immigrant. This is a weird statement, but I never saw myself in the glass of or in a box of immigrant. I just met people and like talked about what I want to do and all this kind of. I don't know if they saw me as immigrant or no. I don't
Mhm.
know. But I didn't see myself as immigrant. So I never ever we don't want any victim mentality. We are wonderful people. We are great people, and
Mhm.
we are here for a reason, and we are doing wonderful thing. So have that confidence. Like why even we have to think that okay we have something? No, we have everything which it takes to be successful. So I never saw myself as immigrant first. And honestly, I never ever went and tried to find immigrant community
Mhm.
because for me it's a community and I want to be part of that community. So any community which you find, go and be part of that community.
Yeah.
Right? So, because we are Canadians, we are here, we are living here, doesn't matter of our visa status or whatever. We are living here, we are Canadians, and we are here to interact with everybody, and we are here to make Canada better,
Yeah.
right? For us better. So go ahead, whichever city you go. So earlier I was in Montreal. So when I was in Montreal, I tried to find out as many communities, startup community like X1, Centec, Next Canada, Next AI. I tried to find all of them. I tried to get, attached with all of them because I'm a startup. As soon as I moved to Ottawa, I tried to find out, okay, which is the local community here of startup. I really want to be part of Ottawa's ecosystem. So I came across Invest Ottawa, and we applied to that program, and then we became part of that community. So whatever you do, try to get a part of whatever community you get access to, and through that community, you can build your network and get support, and that particular support will help you do wonderful wonders. So that's my only advice. Don't think you are immigrants. No, we are
Yeah.
Canadians.
Thanks,
Add
Puja.
one.
Yes, for sure.
Just make sure that you're not into your imposter syndrome, being
That's a big
afraid,
one.
yeah, of saying that I'm not good enough, I cannot make it happen. So please, if you have this voice in your head, just put it aside and keep focusing on the why you are here, why you came, what's happening in your life. And this is really, it will build on. So just keep on focusing on the positive and the light at the end of the tunnel, and it will happen. And if I will say, I was crying like a baby the first days I came here. And I'm not young anymore, like I'm 50-ish and having my teenager kids. And you know what? And one time Carla told me, it's okay to be vulnerable in front of your kids. It's fine, they need to feel that. And it was so powerful to hear it. However, I used to say it to my clients, but I needed that time to be said and to hear it. So
Yeah.
surround yourselves with like-minded people that they will push you up and not down. Thanks.
Yeah, well, I love that. So
Love that
we're
too.
you wanted to add something, Fee?
I know I said I love what Roula
Oh,
said, like having confidence is also the key of your success.
yeah,
Believe in yourself.
yeah, that's true. I'm gonna jump over to Q&A. We have quite a few questions in the chat. So I'm just gonna throw it out there and anyone can take it. So how do you gain credibility with local buyers? Who wants to take that one?
I can take that one because trust me, I'm on the same boat. And it's not with only you as an immigrant, it's for anybody who is actually launching a new business. Winning the credibility of customer is an equal challenge for everybody. So, for example, my product is about is like our one of the customer segment is lesbian couple, trans couple, or anybody like the single mother by choice who want to start a family and looking for sperm, egg, embryo, surrogate donor. Uh, to date, to this date, we have launched the product. We have customers throughout North America right now. But to date, I still ask this question to myself that how do I create more credibility among these customers? Okay, so I think it is more about how I think it is more about your product. I think the product will speak up for you, but at the same time, I get it. You can still start with the community of that particular thing which you want to try to address, and then try to build, you know, trust in that community through that community's leaders or champions. So that is my experience. Uh, but yeah, but I don't think so. The problem is only for immigrant founders to create a credibility, but anybody like Roula, Fee, I don't know what is your experience for that.
For me, it's about the authentic relationships, building these authentically. And as you were saying, Fuja, like you're not faking who you are, you're authentic. So it's about really being us. And this is, I feel that this is the key ingredient of any credibility and trust. When we build trust, credibility will come afterward.
And also customer testimony, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
once
one.
they will use it, you
Reviews.
can use that for
Reviews.
establishing more credibility. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. We have another one. How do you establish and scale a business while learning the Canadian market requirements as a newcomer?
This is Paula.
Yeah.
Paula will
That's
answer
out
with
of
all the
my
programs of Invest Ottawa.
Yeah, no, true. Anyone want to take that one? Well, Roula, you can go ahead and like explain a little bit more.
As I mentioned, I was in the program where I had the whole visibility, and it was really so powerful. Like I was able to at least have some highlights, and then I went deeper and I asked, and something that I really appreciate at Invest Ottawa that they provide also other one-on-one calls with like specific industries. Like you want a lawyer, you can have access to this lawyer or an accountant or marketing, whatever. So I feel that I can lean on this big family, which is Invest Ottawa.
Okay.
And I felt like it's not like the program was done and that's it. There is the care. I feel that I'm at home when I go there to just work. I feel that I'm surrounded by this family, and this is a belonging feeling, which is so powerful, and you can go from there. Does it help?
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So we have one that says, I'd like to know more about our panelists' experiences of raising funds to develop their business. So who has raised funds?
For me, I am on the process of raising funds.
Okay.
Um, but I didn't do that yet, as I say, as you know, like I am really new, very a baby in this
Yeah.
journey, so I don't have that much experience, but I am doing one right now. Like
Okay.
hopefully I'm gonna get one.
Okay. Awesome. And let me go down.
Puja, did you?
Yeah. Did you,
Did you
Puja?
raise fund?
Sorry.
Yeah, you?
No, okay. No, I'm also in my journey of raising the fund, but definitely in 6 months I'll be eligible to answer this question. But I don't think so. Our journey is any different than any other people who is raising the fund. It is just the Canadian. Uh, Honestly, I really like this part. Investors are my favorite people because they don't see people as immigrant or not immigrant. They see money, where the money is, how's the business model, and how things are. So I think it's equally difficult for everyone when it comes to raising money. Yeah.
But
Or
there
not,
is there
not,
is a
or not
tool. There
difficult.
is a tool for to find which funding or grants you are eligible for. I don't. I think Carla has it. Remember
Is it
it
for immigrant founders or like all of it?
for all businesses like you. It's a tool like
Yeah, it's a
online
tool by
tool.
the government. Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
It's gonna
yeah.
list all the grants that are available, and you
Mhm.
are
I
looking.
think she
Yeah.
shared something, Carla, because I got
She
some
did. Yes.
grants, this program, the at Invest Ottawa, we had a small fund, a grant,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm applying for another grant, and I hope like I will have something.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, so Carla did share a PDF in the
Yeah.
chat, so people can download that and scroll through because I believe it will have the link. So next question, are you selling your services or products in other provinces? How are you building credibility with buyers and partners in other regions of Canada? So this is another one for credibility, but are you selling, is anyone like doing business outside of Ontario alone?
Yeah.
So
I do.
go ahead, like whoever wants to answer this.
Roula, jump
So
in. And
yeah.
then we go across.
I'm working in Canada and the US and even like for for Europe. So how I'm building credibility, honestly, is following my LinkedIn. People are searching on my LinkedIn, checking my website, sending testimonials, and now I'm building on my Google review. So, asking people to give a review if they are happy about the services or so on. So, this is the credibility outside Ottawa or Montreal because I'm bilingual, so I can be here or there. And it's easier for me on like to be in person. As for the US or for other provinces, this is how I'm doing, like connecting on social media.
Okay. Fee, did you want to jump on this one too?
I think having a good doing branding is like building your brand
Mm-hmm.
awareness. So like having a good image online, like having website as Rola mentioned, review, Google review, social network also, like LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram.
Okay. Awesome. Pooja?
So we actually launched our product directly in United States
Oh,
and are now also in Canada. So honestly, all of the things which these beautiful ladies have mentioned is true. You'll have to create your brand credibility through social media and be on that particular user
Consistent.
groups on social media. But one thing I want to mention, there is nothing like being there on the ground and creating community over there. So whenever you get a chance, just go there, talk with the local community over there, whoever are the groups who are just advocate of whatever you're doing, and like build brand credibility there. So there is no one answer. You can do all of those things, but it's possible. It's absolutely possible because we have done it. Yeah.
And I will add something. For example, my goal for this upcoming year is to focus on being a speaker in different provinces or
Yeah.
like
Wonderful.
to,
Builds
yeah,
credibility. Yeah.
yeah, to build this credibility. So I will be adding on. So I'm searching here and there where I can do it either in Ottawa, Montreal, or all over. So I'm keeping an eye on. This is a way also that can help them to create credibility.
Absolutely.
Okay. We have one more. As someone with an entrepreneurship mindset, I really don't like to get stuck with a job as an employee. At the same time, concerned about my income, as at earlier stages of the business, I'm not making enough money. Have you experienced this? If so, what was your approach toward this problem?
I think it's the story of every entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yes.
There is no answer, honestly.
Yeah.
Everybody is struggling, but I think everybody has a different answer. I don't have answer of this question, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, you know what? There is a rule. They say, like, don't leave your job before that your own business will do 3 times your salary. However, I didn't follow that rule. Like, I came here in survival mode and I jumped into being an entrepreneur. The thing is, all is here. It's in the mindset. And making this calculation, how much can I survive with a minimum in order to start building on? So, and this is really something so powerful that when you calculate or you create what's your financial statement status and how you can move, you will be more at ease to start moving forward because the challenges of an entrepreneur are much, much bigger than just this. We need to focus our energy on being creative, on finding new solutions, on overcoming challenges. So we cannot just focusing on how can I survive or get something to eat at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think this is the same problem for everybody who's gonna do business. For me, I think doing research before you before you leave your job, like doing a deep research on what you want to do, like doing market research, doing also financial forecast for your, like, how much will you need, and you're gonna have an overview of how your business spending will be.
Yeah.
Then you can decide on how are you going to do.
Yeah. And
Now I'm gonna say something controversial here. Okay. It's not controversial. I think that we have plenty of hours in a day. Okay. Like you have to choose what life you really want to have. You can still do your job, okay, and you can still build your business. It's possible. So many people have done it. It's just that you will have to sacrifice some holidays or something else which you go for. I mean, if you're really dedicated to do it, you can do it. But even if you cannot do it, and if you can slowly even build your business by not even like sacrificing those holidays, it is still possible. It's just that how you weigh in your priorities.
yeah.
Because so we hear so many inspiring stories in West Ottawa where so many people have done they did not leave their job. They still built their business. They did and that too without even venture money. So they did bootstrapping. So you come across so many interesting and motivating people, which actually motivates you, and you also put so much things. So, but you can do it. Like it might, you might have to sacrifice on some level of your lifestyle maybe.
True.
But I think as I can see, like, and see my life now, I do not regret any moment in this journey. Though it might feel very difficult sometimes, but like the kind of learning you have in this entire lifestyle of a entrepreneur, I think people who really love to learn, this is really very, very rewarding when it
Can
comes
I
to
add
learning.
something? Can
Yeah.
I add something? Yeah, that's where mentors and program are important because those mentors and program helped you to build those foundation of your business, like the forecast, the financial forecast,
Yeah.
the business plan or your business canvas, that a kind of roadmap that lead you through your journey.
Yeah, that's a good one. I wanted to add here too. I am one person. I also have a side hustle, and I am an immigrant founder as well. The main thing that you have to think about your day job as, it's your investment, right? Like it's this silent investor. I was listening to a podcast once, and the person said, your day job is your silent investor. This puts money into your life, like it pays your bills, it does everything like that. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about certain things. So while we don't want to be employed right now because we want to be doing our business, we have to look at our day job as our investor or silent investor. And as Pooja said, you just have to make sacrifices here and there. So it's like, what time are you waking up or what time are you going to bed? You just have to just move things around and just make it work for you. Because as she said, every founder says this, like all of us say this. We're like, we want to work for ourselves, that kind of thing. So thank you, Pooja, for sharing your LinkedIn in the chat. I was going to say that as well, too. Rula and Fee, you can share whatever links you want to in the chat
Yes.
where people can find you and connect with you. We are happily at the end of our panel discussion. I thank everyone for
I want to say
being here.
something,
Yes,
sorry.
go ahead.
Spend as much time as you can in Invest Ottawa and meet these beautiful people. They are extremely helpful. In my, I can't say this enough, but like every time like I look back in GoKidu's journey, Invest Ottawa has like really big chunk of help which these people have done in all the way, like mentoring, support which they have provided. Truly grateful. We are very lucky that we are in Ottawa. If you guys are in Ottawa, okay, that we have such a nice community here where everybody is there to help you and push you in your journey.
Yes, that is, yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. That is so awesome. Evelyn, the name of the book is further up at the top in the chat, so you can scroll back up to see where Rula shared that. So now we're going to jump over to the other part of the programming where we're going to invite our program managers, Paula Hopkins, Carla Briones, and Megan Maltby, to come on and tell us all about their individual programs. So I am going to change up the view here 1 second, everyone. Just give me a moment. 1 second. Okay. So I'm just making sure that you can see the speakers all at once. So gallery. All right.
Should we turn our cameras off?
You could if you want to.
Okay.
You can also stay on. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and also
I'll
share.
just say it too while Atian is getting everything up and running for us. So don't worry if you miss parts of the chat. We'll be sending out an email tomorrow to everyone that was here tonight with the links that are in the chat to the book. We'll be sharing the links to the different hubs that you can access and then more information on each of the programs that we'll be talking about. So don't feel like you have to scramble and write it all down. We're here to help.
All right. Can you all see my screen there?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Take it away, Carla. Oh, you're muted.
Am I able to change the slides myself?
No,
No? Oh, okay.
no.
Okay, well, that's
I'll
okay.
help you. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carla Briones. Before I get started, I want to find out where everybody is originally from. So if you're at home and you have the chat box open, just tell me where you guys are originally from. I usually like asking this question. Um, because it kind of gives me an idea of like the world around us. Oh, so we have somebody from Mexico. I'm from Mexico. Uh, Anybody else? Venezuela. Oh, Latinos. India, Iran, Nigeria, Somalia. I love this. This is probably one of my favorite questions. You can keep writing if you want. Oh, Angola. Oh my God, this is amazing. So yeah, so this just gives you a snapshot of how amazingly multicultural we are in Canada, in Ottawa. And it's really a pleasure to have people from all over the world here. So again, my name is Carla Briones. I am an immigrant entrepreneur, and I do introduce myself as an immigrant first because I'm very proud of that title, and I think everybody should be proud of being immigrants. Just that word, it really basically tells you that we all have a story. We've all been through very similar journeys of, coming from a different country, maybe some starting from scratch. And it really exemplify how resilient we are and how incredibly amazing we are because being an immigrant, um, it basically it's a superpower, I think. We're incredibly resourceful, resilient, and whatnot. So I'm an immigrant entrepreneur originally from Mexico. I own global pet food. So pet food, I started 16 years ago with pet food stores. I have one store in Canada, one store in Hintonburg. I had a restaurant before. I have my own consulting company. I love business and I love supporting those that want to start their businesses. And I kind of formalized it 2 years ago with setting up Immigrant Entrepreneur Canada, which is a not-for-profit organization. If we can go to this next slide. Um, Actually, we can skip that one. Those are basically, I just did that. So, after the pandemic, in January 2023, I noticed that there were a lot of underrepresented entrepreneurs, racialized entrepreneurs that were severely affected by the pandemic. So in 2023, decided to just create a very informal networking group for immigrant entrepreneurs. Atiana, you know this presentation inside and out probably. So thank you for being the slide mover. And in January 2023, we got together, 7 women kind of got together and we started immigrant entrepreneurs and we started networking, we started connecting and really talking about our experiences in our businesses and then we started supporting each other. And then if you can go to the next slide. And then a few months later, we formalized Immigrant Entrepreneur Canada, and really the rest is history. So we organized networking events. So you heard the common topic that networking is very important. And these are networking events where we invite people from really all over the world that live in Canada that have a story and that have either aspirations or existing businesses to kind of come here and network and support each other, collaborate with each other, and really uplift each other. There's been a lot of businesses that have been formed or that have actually enhanced because they end up meeting at these networking events and they end up collaborating. Most recently, we had 4 women who each individually wanted to create interdisciplinary holistic clinic. So they got together and they actually just launched their clinic together. So that's the power of networking and the power of connecting with like-minded people. As I mentioned, we started with women entrepreneurs, but then the men started asking, why are we not invited? So then we started creating the mixer events, and our events again, they started with 7 people and we've had upwards to 200 people at a time. They're pretty dynamic. That we have usually a guest speaker, which is usually one of us, immigrant entrepreneurs sharing their journeys, sharing their experiences and their knowledge. And just really basically what we kind of did here with the panel and really opening it up to the public to ask questions about how they did it, and then sharing any advice for them. So that's one of our main things that we do. We have our networking events, and it's just to start building community and to start connecting people that are either newcomers or are immigrants but don't necessarily have that network of people and entrepreneurial people, because sometimes in our communities, our families and our friends, they're not necessarily entrepreneurial, and it's hard to find those individuals. So it's just an opportunity to connect with like-minded people. So next, so just so you know, we do have a few events coming up. Our next mixer event, which is for men and women and everybody's invited, it's on September 29th. There is a QR code if you want to find out about all of the events that we have and sign up. On October 9, we're actually now expanding regionally. We have our first regional event in Cornwall. Then on October 21st, we have another regional event in Mississauga. And then on the 22nd, this has not been announced yet. You guys are hearing it here for the first time. We are actually organizing a big women's forum event on the 22nd at Invest Ottawa, actually. But anyways, all of our events are in that QR code that you have in front of it. And again, as I mentioned, the like one of the things is to build community, connect people to not just each other, but also the resources that you're able to benefit from in the community. Next question. Our other signature program is our retail incubator program, which is more specifically for product-based businesses. Can you go to the next slide? And basically what it is, it's an incubator for people who have, and it's open to immigrants. It doesn't have, you don't have to be a recent immigrant, so long as you were born in a different country. If you have an idea of a product, this one is very product specific. We have this program. It is an incubator program where we provide you with all of the information. Fee, the one of the ladies that was in the panel, she is one of our most recent participants. We provide you with the education from start to finish on how to develop your product, how to, bring it to market, marketing it, registering your business, and going through like all of the different rules and regulations that perhaps you might not be familiar with because it's a new country. We take you by the hand. We do a photography workshops. We do social media workshops. So everything in the span of 2 months. It's pretty intense. And then after the 2 months, we do have a pop-up shop in the Byward Market where everybody gets a chance for a weekly pop-up residency so that you actually get to sell to real life people, and you actually get to place your products, exchange it with money, and make some revenue with real life clients and put everything that you learn into practice. Can you go to the next one? So who is this program for? As I mentioned, Canadian citizens, permanent residents, convention refugees, some open work permits. We're just launching it this next cohort for international students. And most importantly, the CLB language benchmark is what's important. It has to be 5+ in English. And also be able to either be prepared to register the business and then open a bank account. Like we take you through all of those steps, and they're kind of mandatory in order for people to actually get access to that pop-up, the pop-up shop. We can go to the next one. What types of businesses we're looking for? We're looking for very unique product-based businesses. Think about filling up a shop. Like if you're selling a shop and selling your products there, it is in the Byward Market, so it's very touristy. So it kind of needs to fit the vibe. Some services, some experiential activities, some food businesses. We get a lot of applications for food businesses, but unfortunately, at the pop-up shop, there is no on-site food preparation allowed, so it really limits the types of businesses that we're able to incubate there. And then artisanal products. In terms of how the program is broken down, so in April and May, that is when the business bootcamp happens, and it's in person. And we do it during the evening, so 2 evenings per week. And then from May till the end of October, every week, we're literally launching a new business at that pop-up. at the buyer market. So that's really much pretty much the breakdown. Applications are going to be opening in January 2026. Right now, if you scan that QR code, it'll take you to kind of like an RSVP, or like to be placed in like the wait list, so that you get notified when the program applications open. You can go to the next one. If you want to know about our events and what we're doing, just sign up to our newsletter just to be in the loop. That's our website. You go at the bottom, you enter your information. And I think that's pretty much it. So
Yes, I'll turn it over
so that's
to
it.
Megan. But if there are any questions, no. Okay, not seeing any. Yes, I'll turn over to Megan. 1 second here.
And as you guys think of questions for any of us program speakers, just drop them in the chat and then we'll take some time at the end to quickly run through them. Okay, cool. Well, thanks, Carla. I had no idea that you were expanding to Mississauga. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So hi, everyone. So I'm Megan. I work closely with Atiana at Invest Ottawa, specifically on our programs for technology companies. So we're going to be walking through a bit of the support from IO for tech founders. Just to kind of give you a bird's eye view. So we run a lot of different free programs for tech companies, all the way from idea stage, solo founder who hasn't even started to build their product yet, up to our scale up program that supports companies all the way up to 100 million in annual revenue. So it's a really wide range. The IO Venture Path is basically our terminology for this entire portfolio of programs. But the main thing to kind of keep in mind is that no matter where you're at on this journey, we likely have some sort of free program to help you. So just a few of our numbers, which are even outdated. This is as of the end of last calendar year. But to date, we've supported almost, well, more than 1,300 companies at this point from the local ecosystem. Those companies have gone on to create 5,000 jobs and raise about $1.8 billion in capital to date. So it's a pretty hefty group. And then some of the key services, these that I'll be running through and the programs that I just mentioned, these are really open for tech founders from any background. I'll be talking in a minute about a program specifically for immigrant entrepreneurs. But at a high level, companies that join our programs get access to these various supports. We do have a roster of about 40 different expert advisors that companies can access for free mentorship and guidance. So that came up a lot in the panel. We have experts in kind of foundational areas like HR, sales, marketing, product, finance. We have some that are sector specific, so mentors for clean tech, life sciences, and digital health companies. And then we have some that are extremely niche. We have one advisor that just helps companies with SEO as an example. So they're available for one-on-one support for your team. We do have free market intelligence services. So think of this as there's lots of different expensive databases out there to get the data and research that you need. We know that's out of reach for many startups. So our team covers the cost of these expensive databases. And we also have a team of analysts that actually do the time-consuming research work. And this can be everything from your typical market research to investment or funder data, lead generation data to actually tackle your sales and marketing activities, and salary data as you look to bring on new team members and build out your HR forecast. We also run specialized peer groups. So these can be for different types of leaders to get together with their peers on a regular basis, share their wins, share their learnings, vent to one another. So kind of a natural built community that came up a lot in the panel. So we have groups for marketing leaders, sales leaders, product leaders. We also have groups specifically for founders and CEOs that are wearing that generalist hat and doing it all, as well as a specific peer group just for women founders. And then we also have talent support, so helping you recruit and kind of engage your existing talent, capital support to help with funding your business. So whether this is coaching and introductions to investors, or coaching and guidance and warm connections to non-dilutive grant providers. And then finally, we do lots of different events in a year, from educational workshops to more networking style mixers. We always like to emphasize that a key component of joining Invest Ottawa is really that you get access to an instant community. So we have tons of mixers. We have a Slack network that has about 1,000 members of the local tech community to start to find your people. And then we also have a physical co-working space called Studio 7, which is within a larger innovation hub called Bayview Yard. That's always an option for affordable and flexible desk space or even just drop-in access. And Bayview itself actually has some free sections that are open to the public with free Wi-Fi, free coffee. So you can really access it entirely free to kind of start mingling with others and have a new place to work. So I did mention we do have one specific program for immigrant founders. It is Immigrant Founder Launchpad. So we ran this for the first time last year. And last year, the program was really focused on helping companies get investment ready. So it had a heavy focus on fundraising. This year, we are changing things up a bit. So we've realized that our founder community is actually keen to have more of a general boot camp. So we're opening it up. We're going to have a lot of different content this year. But the program's purpose really is to provide immigrant founders with access to a community, networking with peers, as well as inspiration from an experienced generation of immigrant founders. So one of the core components of the program is that each company that gets accepted is matched up with a scale stage immigrant tech founder that's there to be their guide throughout the course of the program. Also intended to help with a clear path to growing your revenue and sales, really generating more traction for your business, as well as an understanding of the different funding options out there and how to manage cash throughout your journey. The format of the program is that it is cohort-based and time-constrained. We are prepping to launch a call for applications October 1st. So if you are a tech entrepreneur, save this date. We will be following up with more detail. And then the program itself will kick off in early November and run for about 6 weeks. And then it will all culminate in a big public pitch finale where there is a funding prize on the line. So this program will be open to any immigrant tech founders that are based in the National Capital Region, really extending as far east as Kingston and including Gatineau, Quebec. And what you get, so I already touched on a few of these. You will have one-on-one coaching from experienced immigrant founders that have been in your shoes before, one-on-one advisory from our expert advisor roster. We will be giving the cohort members 3 months of free co-working space in our Studio 7 that I mentioned, these market intelligence services, lots of networking and exposure with the community, and then some structured workshops on topics like Venture Funding 101, how to actually craft your pitch, refining and defining your ideal customer profile, sales, marketing, and even how to leverage AI, both within your product and just to be more efficient as a founder that's trying to do it all. And at the end of the program, as I mentioned, we will have this pitch finale, which is kind of a nice way to come out to the community, showcase what it is that you're building. But one lucky winner at that pitch finale will also take home a $10,000 grant funding prize. And that is it from me. I know it's kind of fast, so we're always here to answer your questions. I have our contact here, but again, we'll be sending out the deck, so don't stress if you didn't get a chance to take a picture. Awesome.
Great. And last but not least, we will turn over to Paula Hopkins. 1 second.
First, I just want to say this has been just amazing. So all the panelists, you did a phenomenal job. Like, I'm super impressed and motivated, and it was amazing, and all this amazing support that you're seeing from the other two program presenters. And I'm excited to share what we do at Invest Ottawa. As I mentioned, or I maybe didn't mention, I'm Paula Hopkins, and I'm the director of the entrepreneurship team here at Invest Ottawa. And I work with Megan and Atiana, but we and my team, and we focus more on the non-technology businesses here at Invest Ottawa. So that's a little bit of a difference between their programming and ours. Is one is more technology based, and ours are non-technology. So you're thinking maybe certain consultants or coffee shops or hairdressers or, you know, businesses like that would fall under my team. If you want to flip, when you see my team, this is the faces behind. We're a small but mighty team of 5. What you're going to notice there is that Atiana mentioned very early on that they're part of a regional innovation hub, that there are different centers across Ontario. This team at Invest Ottawa is considered a small business enterprise center, and there are 54 of our centers across Ontario. So if you're joining us from a different location other than Ottawa, there's most likely a small business enterprise center in your area that will offer very similar services to what I'm about to explain. When you're looking at what we do, we typically provide business advisory services. These are free 50-minute consultations with business professionals. We have about 10 different business advisors that are on our roster that all have different skill sets, backgrounds, and experiences. And so all we need you to do is, I've put the link there. You will get it when you receive all of this information at the end of the session. But you fill in this request for services form. You let us know what you need support with. And then based on that, we match you as best we can to the advisor that's going to be able to answer your questions. Usually this service is for more than just, I have an idea. I'll show you, for those that have an idea and you're just not sure if this idea is something you want to do, that will come in our education center. So when you're looking at the advisory services, those are 50 minutes. You get to pick somebody's brain on marketing or branding, or if you're wanting to figure out your operations or things like that. That's what our advisory. I'll also just highlight there the 4th bullet point down. We also have professional advisory services, which are 30 minutes free with either a lawyer or an accountant. So they won't do work for you. So they won't set up your contracts or set up your business books, but you can talk to them about, what do I need to understand when it comes to setting up business books? I'm thinking of this business, and so what's my liability related to that? And so they will talk to you about those situations and any kind of general questions that you have. And those are free under our request for services form as well. So moving to our education center. So if you're truly in the idea stage, then what you'll find in our education center are workshops and seminars that can help you move beyond that idea stage. So we have different workshops around validating your business, starting your business information session on how do you register your business, all of those different things. We have market research, etc. We run anywhere between up to about 100 sessions a year. They're all free to our clients. And every month we populate our calendar. So you'll see that the events calendar is there. I often say entrepreneurs are good at what they do, but they may not know business. And so what our education center will do is give you those snippets of business information that you might need. So if you don't know what bookkeeping systems you need to have in place, we have bookkeeping. If you need importing or exporting, we offer that. And so it's those little snippets of information that you have to compile in order to be able to launch and or grow your business. So that's our education center. The one thing I will highlight there is that we do have Small Business Week coming up in October. And we do have a full week of events in our education center and one larger event, which is on October 20th, and it's from 9 to 3, and it's open to anybody. The one on the 20th does have a fee of $25 to attend, and it is going to have panel speakers and breakout sessions and all. The rest of the sessions that week are all free. Next, we have our programs. And so we offer different programs. Roula did speak to one. Thank you, Roula. She was an amazing participant in our Starter Company Plus program, which is the center box there. And what our Starter Company Plus program is it's for individuals that are 18 years of age and older. There is no age limit other than you have to be 18 and not full-time school, and that you're looking to launch a business. So again, beyond idea stage, just about ready to launch and or launched, but needing business fundamentals. So this is really a business fundamental training program with an opportunity to pitch your business to a grant review committee for up to $5,000 in grant money. So that's a program that is offered by the government of Ontario, and they provide the grant. We provide business training and business mentoring. So it's dedicated mentoring. The other program that I'll highlight before I go to the summer one is our e-commerce program. Our e-commerce accelerator program is designed to help entrepreneurs that are selling online. And this program, you have to be generating a little bit of revenue. So you have to be revenue generating, already online, looking to scale and grow your business. This program is a 2-week boot camp program, or two-day boot camp. So you get about 6 to 7 sessions in 2 days. And then after that, you get 6 months of free peer group sessions and dedicated mentorship as well. And again, that's specific to e-commerce programs. And then the other program that I didn't mention, the very first one, Summer Company, we've just wrapped that up. This is our youth program. So if you know any youth out there next summer that are looking to learn entrepreneurship, we teach the business fundamentals. They come, they learn, they launch a business, they grow their business, they make sales through the summer, and we give them mentoring as well. And this program, if they're accepted into the program, they get up to $3,000 in grant money. You have to be between the ages of 15 and 29 in school and returning to school in the fall. And that's our summer program. So those are a little bit of a snippet of the programs that we offer here for our non-tech entrepreneurs. And I think that is it.
That is. Thank you, Paula. Let me go back and bring, yeah. 1 second.
I guess
All right.
we have a few minutes. If anyone has any questions about the programs from Paula or Carla or I.
And Carla did have to jump off. She just sent me a quick message, but I know her program fairly well, or we all do. Tatiana, you probably know it better than I do, so we can answer questions there too.
Yeah. I did see someone ask a question that said, are you providing support for tech-based NGOs? I mean, I think it's best to just reach out. We will follow up with everyone afterwards via email. So feel free to reach out and we'll connect you with the ideal support that can support you with your business. Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Awesome.
Well, I think
our lovely panelists did half of our job for us.
Right.
They were preaching all the benefits of the program.
Right. So yeah, no, I guess that's it for this evening. And we are on time. Okay. Yeah. I guess I should probably do more hosting gigs because I keep it on time.
You keep it tight. Tatiana does have to go to parent teacher night after this. So she had an end in mind. Always hustling.
I am bookkeeping and fractional CFO business. How can I become a part of it? Oh, Paula, I guess that one's for you.
That's awesome. So on our website, and I'm so sorry to hear that unfortunately some of us, it is a very competitive program, our Starter Company Plus program. We had 25 seats, so we just opened applications the end through August, and we just accepted into this cohort for this year. So we had 25 seats and 210 applications. So it is quite a competitive program. So unfortunately, if you didn't get in this time, don't give up. Have that mindset that Roula and the rest of the participants were talking about, and take advantage of some of the other services that we have at Invest Ottawa, and give it a try next time, because unfortunately we only have so many funded seats that we're able to put through our programming. So how you get involved, on our website, you'll see that when you go to our Starter Company Plus page, we actually have a wait list that you can join. So once you join our wait list, once we open applications for our next Starter Company Plus program, you will get notification ahead of time, so that you'll get that kind of be the first to be able to fill in those applications. And that's how you really get involved. And then other than that, just, if you're in the middle of it and not accepted into the program, please reach out to our business advisory services, because chances are we'll be able to at least answer some of those challenges, and get you going a little bit further along. So when you apply again, maybe you have a better answer next time. Did that answer? Hopefully that answered your question.
Someone asked too, are the events Carla mentioned listed on IO's site? And yes, if you go to our events calendar that Paula had highlighted, Carla's events are always on that calendar as well. So it's an easy one-stop shop for events. And then services. On the tech side, our services are largely only available in English. We are a not-for-profit, so we do have limited resources and unfortunately can't offer bilingual services to serve everyone at this time.
On our side, we do have advisors that are able to meet with you. If Francophone is your preferred language, we do have the ability to support that. Our programs are delivered in English as well, but we do have our program managers and support people that can help. They are bilingual as well, but unfortunately, as Megan mentioned too, most of the program itself is delivered in English, but we can have support for you.
Yeah, I think that is all for now. We're also at time. As Megan said, I have to dart out of here to parent teacher night. But I want to thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate you joining us to hear more about how we can support you. As mentioned, we will follow up via email with all the information that was shared today, and then we will help to direct you and point you in the correct towards the correct programs that can support you. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.